Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to be using the Ikea Schottis pleated blinds to fill up my big bay window that I've got in my living room. The living room hasn't been decorated yet, so the last thing that I want to be doing is spending hundreds of pounds on made to measure blinds. This is just a really quick budget blind makeover, bay window makeover. So without further ado, let's get straight into it and see whether I can pull this off. So this is a huge window that I'm working with. It is massive, so there's 3 huge panes of glass at the front and then a pane of glass on either side as well. So these actually measure 189 centimetres high, 267 centimetres wide, and then the depth of the side windows is 64 centimetres. So the Schottis from Ikea are £3.50 each. They are the right drop, they're 190 centimetres, which is perfect, and each of them is 90 centimetres wide. They can be cut to size because they are just paper. It's going to be, if it works, a perfect budget solution for this huge window. So I'm going to be starting off with the side windows first. So these need to be cut because they are going right in the corner. And then there's going to be another one that runs along that side, but the middle one, as it just covers into the middle, I'm going to keep that in one piece because if it's not cut straight, it won't match up with that side. So those pieces are going to be uncut, and then it's going to be the corner piece that's cut on either side. This is everything that I'm going to be using. I've got 5 of the blinds, a tape measure, a pencil, scissors, and I've also seen on YouTube a guy that recommended actually cutting them with a knife, so I'm going to give that a try just to try and get a straighter cut because I'm not sure the scissors are going to get the finish that I want. So I'll give the knives a try, and if that doesn't work then we'll move on to the scissors. The blinds themselves are paper, so this should be a pretty easy DIY project for anyone. I've measured out my first cut, so I'm going to try this with one of the knives first and see how it works. That is perfect. Pretty much a perfect straight cut. Really happy with that. Amazing. I want to make sure now that I'm using the same side each way round so that the folds come down in the correct position. So I'm going to peel this off now. Basically it's got a peel back strip. You peel that off, stick it to the top of the window frame, and you're good to go. So before peeling off and sticking on, I would recommend just double checking that it is the right fit. So once the peel back is pulled off, you just need to apply really good pressure just to stick it to the window frame. If you make a mistake and it's not quite level, you can pull it off and stick it back on. Well, once I'd done both side pieces, I then put the middle blind in place because this is the one that I wasn't going to be cutting because I wanted straight edges for either blind on either side. So once that was in place, I then measured and cut the other 2 blinds to fit in on either side of it. These side pieces were a little bit more tricky because they needed to be level and not overlapping, because obviously then that would cause issues when the blinds were being opened and closed. So each blind comes with these 2 clips and the velcro strip. So what I'm going to do is actually cut the velcro strip into 4. I've seen some people attach the velcro strip onto the clips, which it doesn't say to do in the instructions, and I'm not going to do. I'm going to attach it straight onto the blind because I might also put some other velcro pieces on different parts of the window so that it's easy to hold them in place in different sections. So these clips are really just to make the height of the blind so that you can clip the position and it will stay in place. Just going to cut them into roughly 4 equal pieces. I'm going to attach the pointy side onto the blind and the furry side onto the window. When doing this, you need to make sure that the velcro is still stuck together. Once it's in place on the blind, you can then peel the backing off and then stick it onto the window. So again, if you do put this in the wrong position, you can peel it back off. This is a little bit more sticky than the top sticky section, but it does still peel off and you can reposition it, but I wouldn't recommend doing it too many times. Apply plenty of pressure to make sure that the velcro sticks to the window, and be really careful when pulling it back as well. As you'll see in a minute, I made a bit of a boo-boo. One thing I will say, be very careful when pulling the velcro off, because I've just actually ripped 2 of the blinds in the corner, so hopefully that won't be noticeable too much when they're down, but definitely be careful with that one. So this is how the blinds look down, which actually I'm really happy with. I think they look absolutely fine, and they do still let light through because they're not blackout, so to even have these down during the day, I don't think it would look messy from the outside. The only downside I would say is that I probably would have preferred a full velcro strip for across the bottom, because you can see where it pulls away slightly, but I could always pick up some more velcro and redo those bits. But once everything's displayed on the windowsill, those aren't going to be that noticeable, I don't think. So then finally, 2 clips for each blind, just so that they can be held into place. But as I mentioned, it is a potential for me to maybe get some extra velcro for across the top, so that the bottom of the blind can be held in place on this trim of the window if I don't like the look of the clips. Here is how they look all finished off, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed, IKEA. For £3.50 per blind, £17.50 in total, I think these are perfectly fine for the time being. They don't match up perfectly due to the nature of the paper. Some bits obviously are going to pull lower over time, but for a temporary measure, I absolutely love these, and I would recommend using them yourself as a budget bay window alternative. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed the video. I'm actually really pleased with how these turned out. I'm very surprised actually. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and also share it with anyone that you think might find it useful. So thank you very much for watching guys, and I will see you in my next video.